Hello, how is everyone today? And how do you like my cape? Yes, yes. Let me know if you jump on. Just say hi and let me know. Yeah. So first, while everybody's getting here, I just have to say yes, I am actually a little goofy. I really wanted to wear my witch's hat, which doesn't even have anything to do with vampires, but I like my witch's hat. But it's gone. It's gone. Absolutely, I've lost my witch's hat. So. Too bad. I like Halloween. I usually get Halloween and Valentine's confused. So, for those of you who are joining me today, please let me know that you're on. And I just want to talk about the 8 top energy suckers out there because, like, one of the number one things that people said when we first did the survey was that energy, like lack of energy, was a deal. So I wanted to just look at some of the things that take energy away and ways to fix them. So if you're jumping on just now, say hi, admire my vampire cape because I'm like all in goofy today. While y'all are getting here, I just have to tell you, like, if you had told me even 2 years ago that I would be sitting in front of my computer, hey, Carol, good to see you. So here I am sitting in front of my computer talking to myself, basically, like, when you're doing a Facebook Live, you're seeing yourself talk and just chatting. Like, if you had told me I would be doing that, I'd be like, yeah, no way in hell am I going to do that. But it's become part of business. So here I am. Hey, Kimberly, how are you? So thanks for coming. Thanks for saying hi, ladies. And let's just jump in and talk about the 8 energy suckers, the vampire edition, since we're somewhat close to Halloween. So I picked out the things that, some of them are things that you need to add, some of them are things that you need to subtract. And you've probably heard this one from me before. But let's talk about the things that you need to subtract first. Like, these are the things that will take your energy away, and there's some things to remove. First one, let's start with something relatively simple, is sugar. And sugar, whether it's sugar like cookies or Cokes or candy or whatever, or it's sugar like carbs, it is one of those things that, if you take sugar in, then you're going to come back down and kind of crash after the sugar. So trying to eat things that keep you relatively stable while being good for you are like, that is kind of my day, especially during the day. Like, if I'm going to have pasta, I'm going to have a pasta dinner at night. I'm not going to have it at lunch because, as much as I like pasta, I know that I'll be, sitting on my couch an hour after I eat it, just like staring at my toes. So pasta, it's a nighttime thing. So looking at your food, like, hey, Amy, thanks for joining us. So we're talking about the energy suckers. So since you just got here, this is my vampire cape, since in honor of the energy suckers we're talking about today. So sugar. And think about, especially during the day, eating, where it keeps you on a stable platform. For me, like, a stable platform during the day is, I don't know, let's think about it for just a second. I will have at lunch, I'll typically have like a green, a broccoli, or a spinach or something like that. I eat sweet potatoes. I mean, I know that they are a carb, and I know that they're, I also know that they're not going to affect me a lot because I like sweet potatoes. I've been doing them for a while, and then I'll eat a protein. For me, I'm vegetarian, so all those people out there are safe at Valentine's or at Halloween for me. But yes, so I'll eat like some tofu or something. So kind of, and I'll also add butter or an oil. So something that's going to keep my blood sugar even. Okay, I'm losing the cape. I'm burning up in here. Sorry. So think about, avoiding sugars, avoiding the sugary drinks, keeping it even, avoiding those kind of baloney drinks like Monster Drink. And I am definitely on a Halloween theme here. But, those kind of sugar, caffeine drinks, that you just crash afterwards. Hey, Susan, Paulina, thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining all of us today. So we're talking about the energy suckers. First one, sugar. try and eliminate the sugar during the day, including the carbs. If you're going to do the carbs, do them more in the evening. That's the bread, the pasta, the rice, the grains, those kind of things. The next one, it's another S, stress. Stress is one of those things that is like, it's like, I don't know, I think I probably heard somewhere it's a silent killer. It is. So if you're getting stressed during the day, you're going to be more exhausted. It just happens. So for me, like anytime I catch myself, getting a little, pardon the phrase, but if there's any kids around, put your hands over their ears, a little bitchy, or a little uptight, or I feel like I don't have enough time to do everything that I've got to do, I stop. I mean, I'm pretty good at this. Give me 80% of the time I do this. I stop, a couple of deep breaths, and I remember that I am choosing pretty much at any given time my schedule. So, if it means that I'm running late for an appointment, then I just have to take something off my to-do list and just deal with it the next day. So stress is a big one. For me, like I meditate in the morning. I usually meditate a couple of times a day, actually. And it doesn't have to be a big deal. Like this is not a big, let's go sit on the couch for 30 minutes kind of thing. It could be 10 minutes. It could be 3 minutes of deep breathing. Like anything that just settle me back down, because stress is an energy zapper. Okay. The next one is just sitting. And we're going to talk about moving in a minute, but this is just sitting in front of the computer all day, sitting wherever it is for extended periods of time. Our bodies aren't made to sit. Like we're not supposed to be sitting in front of the computer all day. Do we? Absolutely we do. But if you can come up with ways, for me, one of my ways of avoiding sitting a lot, I have a very large glass of water. I have to get up, right? Like I'm going to get up every so often and head to the restroom because I'm drinking large glasses of water. When I do that, it reminds me, like if I get up, I'm suddenly, yes, I need to get up. I need to go walk around. Maybe I don't know. I even go outside, walk around for a couple of minutes, whatever. But it's that just sitting that takes our energy away. So forget that. Drop it. Get up. Even for those of you who have done them in the past, you remember me talking about nitros. Even if you just do one round of nitros when you're sitting a lot, it'll be better than nothing. Next one, sleep. We need good sleep. If we don't have good sleep, then we're not going to have good energy. That is just like when you wake up in the morning, if you're not awake, if you don't feel, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, then you're probably going to need to look at some of your sleep hygiene. And I've talked about it in the group. I know we've talked about sleep hygiene. I'm happy. That's such a weird word, right? Sleep hygiene, like clean sleep. But instead of me going through it right now, let's just say I can make a note so I don't stress out. I'm going to make a note and I'm going to link to the podcast that I did about sleep. It's pretty good, I think. Comes from a champion sleeper. I'm pretty darn good at sleeping. So think about getting your rest, because if you're waking up in the morning and you're tired, you're not feeling good, you already don't want to get out of bed, then it could be bad sleep, could be stress, or it could be something else that we're going to talk about. Another one. Okay, so we've talked about eliminating sugar. Hey, I'm Nico. So we've talked about eliminating sugar. We've talked about dialing back on your stress, whether it's deep breathing, meditating, stopping, just like giving yourself a break, getting up, skip the sitting. You don't want to be sitting all the time, like start moving more. Then sleep, and we talked about sleep. So I think I covered the first four. Next one, food. And I talked a little bit about food when we were talking about sugar. Oh, that was the other one, sugar. But let me go a little bit deeper into food here. If you are not eating enough consistently, then you're going to find yourself bonking. And bonking is like, it's a term that I use, a lot of people use for when you've, exercised too much and you suddenly run out of fuel. Same thing. You run out of fuel even if you're not exercising and you haven't eaten properly. This is probably my worst one. Like if you were to ask me, where's your energy suck? I'm going to say not eating. And it's not that I don't want to eat, like truly. I like to eat. but I forget to eat. Sometimes I get busy. I'm sitting. I think, oh, I'll fix lunch when I finish this project. And then all of a sudden I realize it's 3 in the afternoon. I'm yawning, not enough food. So plan your meals. They don't have to be like down to the T, but make sure that you plan that you're going to have the food. You've got snacks. You have stuff that you can eat. You have stuff that's good for you to eat. That's a big one. Hey, Nicole, thanks for joining us. So we're just like running through the 8 energy vampires, and you missed my cloak. Oh man, I'll put my cloak back on at the very end. I put on my vampire cloak. But because of course, vampires suck energy. But yeah, get enough food. You want to make sure that you've got enough food and on a consistent basis. I am not somebody who thinks about snacking all day. I kind of think that from a nutrition standpoint, you're better off eating like 3 solid meals a day than just like snacking all day. But if that's what keeps you going, I do believe everybody's a little different. So whatever works for you. And along with that, when you're doing your food, make sure you're doing your water. Like for me, I've had this, like the day this glass dies, I will be so sad. I will be so sad. I've been dragging that glass around for years, but I just fill it up. As soon as I run out, I fill it up again. So you just want to, make sure you've got the water, because once again, if you're drinking enough water, you're getting up, you're not sitting too much because you're going to run to the restroom. Okay, another one. Movement. You've heard me say it a million times, but movement. We've got to move. Like you just have to move. And this isn't just the getting up from sitting. This is the going out for a real walk. This is going to the gym. This is doing a bike ride. This is going to the park and running around. I mean, we are made to move. And if we're not moving, we're slipping backwards. And we do not want to slip backwards because bodies aren't made to, after about 30, we are just not made to consistently get better. That's not the way the body is set up. So we have to exercise, we've got to stretch, we've got to do cardio, we've got to do the resistance training, all of those things in order to continue to get better and feel better. So movement. The last 2 are kind of a strange ones, but think about these for a second. One of them is pain, like just pain. When you're in pain, it is a stressor and it is something that is an energy zapper. So if you have, like I have over the years gotten migraines, and it definitely takes my energy away, because when I have a migraine, what I really want to do is just go hide in a dark room and not talk to anyone ever again the rest of my life. So, and then I feel better and then I'm fine, right? But if you've got some sort of consistent pain, a hip pain, like I'm thinking of a friend right now, her hip is really hurting her from running too much. And it's a drain. It just sucks your energy when you've got a bad pain. So deal with it, okay? Like, whatever it takes. And we're not going to go down pain management today, but just look up and think about, what you can do. A lot of times stretching, if your pain is from exercise or injury. If it's something else like migraines or whatever it is, go get it checked. But consider that pain is an energy suck. And then the last one, and this one's kind of one of those that people will be like, what? The truth is, though, is that when we have like a bad mindset, when we're in a bad mood, when we're not feeling good about things, when we're letting things get to us, that is another energy drain. It's an energy drain of a different kind. I mean, we've talked about so many of them that are physical, and this one is mental that goes against physical. So when you find yourself getting into a bad mood, getting into that mindset where things aren't working, one of my clients said the other day, she said, before we started working together, I wanted to throw in the towel. When someone says they want to throw in the towel to me, that makes me just like, it just gets me. And it makes me know that kind of mindset is just sucking your energy. And when you have it, it's like a catch-22, because a bad a bad attitude, a bad mindset, feeling bad about things makes you not want to move. So things you can do, really, truly, movement. Like movement is one of those things. Like I'm kind of like, eat an apple. Like they used to say, one of those doctors say an apple a day. It's true though, movement. Like if you get out and move, it generally makes you feel better. Like, and if it doesn't make you feel better, at least it's done good things for you. Deep breathing, the meditation, the stress release, journaling, looking for the things to feel good about, the gratitude journal, the appreciation journal. So we're all of us, I know on this call, are super lucky. So, think about that and, what you can do to change that mindset. So let's run back through this really quick. And wait. Let me put my cape back on for those of you who came late. This is, yes, my, tag. Yes. So for those of you who didn't catch me at the beginning, I was saying that you get a little goofy I get a little goofy when you're sitting around in front of a computer talking to yourself on Facebook. So I have my vampire cape on today. Here's what we're looking at. Think about these things. These are your 8 energy vampires that you want to eliminate in your life. And I'll write them down here when we're done, so you've got them. First one, stress. Like stress is an energy suck. The next one is sugar. And remember that sugar is as much your carbohydrates, as especially the refined carbohydrates, right? As it is the sweets. So if you're going to have the pasta, have it at night. Sleep. Good sleep equals great energy. Sitting too much. If you're just sitting for hours on end, I don't care if you're sitting in an airplane, you're sitting at your desk, you're sitting in a conference, get up and move around. Like this is not exercise movement. This is just movement. And then exercise movement, just daily find that thing that you can go out and do, whatever it is. And remember, your foundation is some stretching, some cardio, some resistance. So that's your foundation. Then you want to make sure that you're eating properly so that you're fueled, right? And that you're drinking your water. If you've got pain that is draining you, then figure out why and fix it. Okay? Like figure it out and see what you can do about it. And then remember, if you've got a poor mindset, you're feeling bad, life isn't working for you right now, work on that too. Because when you're feeling bad in your head, it always goes into your body too. So any questions before I jump off? Because I don't want to keep you all here, because I want you off the computer and moving and doing fun things. So if anyone has any questions, let me know. And if not, I am going to go ahead and jump off, and I'm going to go find my witch's hat so I can be the witch next time. So thank you all so much. Oh, I was going to make a special announcement, wasn't I? So if you missed the live on Tuesday, we are going to have it's a 5-day challenge. I think it starts on Sunday. I could be wrong. Sunday, Monday. Don't hold me to my dates. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring together everything. In fact, it has a title. Hang on. Let me tell you what the title is. Yep, it's called Bringing It All Together, 5-Day Challenge. And we're just going to go ahead and we're going to look at, and make sure I'm not missing anything. We're going to talk about, one day is going to be scheduling and time again. Next day is going to be motivation. We've got a day on why. Like, why do you want to feel good and look good and get better and get healthier? We've got a day on habits and accountability, and then we have a wrap-up day. And there's going to be prizes to people each day for participation. And we'll let you know about that in a couple of days. In the meanwhile, thank you so very, very much for being here, and I will talk to you soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.